took over an Oregon school district last year. He knew he was working within a tight budget, but he had no idea how tight. Within months, he discovered a nearly $8 million deficit. What? It meant he'd have to cut school days, furlough teachers, and cancel programs. Then an anonymous donor steps in, not just rescuing the district, but instilling some much-needed hope in the community. Everybody, please, let's welcome Ashland School District Superintendent Dr. Joseph Hattrick, along with the Executive Director of the Ashland Schools Foundation, Erica. I mean, I gotta say, you start a job and you're like, yeah, there might be some issues, but what'd you do when you discovered that fun fact?
I took a deep breath.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Our school district, we have 7 schools, about 400 employees. It costs about $150,000 each day to operate. And so when we realized that, we knew we had to act, and we had to act quick. So we started to just think and figure out, what do we have to do? First, of course, we figured how many school days would that take? That would take 15 or maybe more school days to just cut. Mm-hmm. Then we thought, programs. Do we need to cut music programs? And I know that's important to you. That's important to everybody.
It should be important to everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Not just because of music. I just mean the arts or electives in general are also very important.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we just went down the list, spending freezes, hiring freezes, but then where you really look at where you can save money is, do we need to cut teachers, classified staff, administrators, and that's mid-year. That was December. Mm-hmm. And so as an educator, the worst thing you can do is think about telling students, hey, when you come back from winter break, you're gonna have a different teacher. You're gonna lose your teacher. That's heartbreaking, and that's hard for kids. And
well,
so
you learn a connection with people. They understand you as a student. There's so many different students. Right. Everybody learns in a different way. That's a pattern that you learn over time.
Yeah, so truly just heartbreaking, and that's not something that we wanted to consider.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were the first to find out about the donation, right?
Yes, I was.
That must have been a good day.
It's a good day.
Like, it turns out we didn't lose our jobs. Yeah, that's a crazy moment.
Yeah, so what the Ashland Schools Foundation does is we fundraise in the community, and then normally what we're doing, we're just responding directly to teacher requests. So teachers come to us, they tell us what they need. It's anywhere from a few hundred to a few $1,000s for classroom libraries, sets of books, musical instruments, materials, supplies, equipment, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we've done larger district-wide projects or even a few capital campaigns, but never have we dealt with anything close to $8 million.
Yeah. So ultimately, what did this anonymous donor provide?
Right, so he, Joseph gave the news at a school board meeting, broke it to the community. A local news in Ashland broke the news, and then I got a phone call the next morning from this donor. And they said, I think I'm in a position to help. I would love to talk about how I can be helpful. And I literally got on my bike, I rode down the hill to his office, and we sat down and just got to work and started talking about what we could do. And after a little back and forth with the donor, they determined that they wanted to give $850,000 for the mitigating furlough days and then mitigating how many staff would need to be laid off mid-year. That ended up not happening, thankfully.
How much of an impact that is, to the ripple effect of that to so many people's lives, their families,
Right.
The kids.
Around Christmas time, especially, yes. And then on top of that, another $40,000 was for affinity groups throughout the district. Mm-hmm. So that's our Black Student Union, Native American Student Union, Latinx, AAPI, our LGBTQ plus clubs across the district were all at risk of not being able to happen that year.
It's really important socially.
Exactly. Huge. It's huge. So those two together, they gave $890,000 anonymously.
Good. They come together, the district comes together to thank this donor. So what did you do?
Oh my gosh. So following that, the next 2 weeks are probably the most memorable 2 weeks of my time in Ashland. The community showed up. And when I say community, that's community members, students, parents, staff. They started just showing up with thank you cards to the district office. Mm-hmm. Elementary classes started doing projects. We had one middle school class that developed these huge angel wings that were just covered with thank you letters. Yeah. And they just, boxes and boxes, probably hundreds or maybe thousands of letters showed up. It was the most moving experience. Obviously, my office is in the district office, and to see classes of kindergarten through 12th grade classes showing up just because they were moved. And they weren't told to do this. They were moved because they realized that this donation truly had a part in saving the school district.
Yeah, the impact of it.
Oh, it was
No, I was like, I
amazing.
saw the little angel wings. I was like, don't lose it. I was like, don't.
It
lose
happened,
It's so
yep.
sweet.
Yeah.
So you were able to deliver these thank you cards, right?
I was.
Yeah.
They filled my car. There were so many of them. And I drove to the donor's house. They were speechless. They were blown away. One, because they didn't expect all of this from the students and the families, but also because they really gave anonymously. They do a lot of their giving anonymously, most of it. So they don't normally have that feedback loop or that direct response from those that are impacted by the
To see the impact of
gifts.
their decision, yeah.
And they were so colorful and so thoughtful. It's really
Yeah.
amazing to see those letters.
We have some students and a teacher on the line to tell us what this experience has been like for them personally. Let's say hi to Soren, Grace, and Mr. Heward. As a grown-up, I'm gonna call him Paul. What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. So, Soren, I'm gonna start with you if that's all right. What did you think when you heard about the potential cuts and then the donation?
Well, originally, when I was going over this in my brain, I was worried about my teachers, especially my fabulous Mr. Heward.
Yeah.
But when I first heard about the donation, I was so shocked and amazed. And then my brain immediately went to what he was teaching us during the time, which was social contracts, the power of the pen, and how even like for our founding fathers and mothers, when society comes together and works together, it just works out. And this is what that anonymous donor did. He or she helped me, the education system, my fellow students, and the teachers, and did it without asking for anything in return. And this just helped us go on to be more successful and just make the world a better place.
Yeah, it's very well said. Well, Grace, before the donation, you were already feeling the effects of the deficit, right? How so?
Yeah, I would say it started about 2 years before when many of our classes had couldn't provide a paper or basic materials for our classes. So we were instructed then to bring them in from home to avoid having to use online resources. But I would say last year was when we really started to feel the effects when they were talking about cutting classes and laying off teachers, including my street law class and my dad who worked at Ashland Middle School.
Oh man, so it definitely hit your family, that hit home. So Paul, you say that seeing the students write thank you notes to the donor was as meaningful as the donation itself, right?
Yes, it was. It was incredible. And I'm so proud of these two students, but I'm proud of all of my students. The notes that they wrote were heartfelt, they were genuine, they were expressing gratitude not only about what that donation had done for them individually, but also for the school district, for all the students in Ashland. And I think there's an important thing to learn from this. In an age where you have text messages, emails, even AI-generated thank you cards, these young people wrote their own thank you notes. They wrote a handwritten note to this donor, and that had a powerful, powerful impact on that person and on the community at large. I think it was an important lesson, and the word's already been used, but it's the only word that I think is apt. Moving lesson about what the written word can do to express true gratitude.
Absolutely. I think what's important too is you said the word of community and how people don't realize helping the school district also help the community, the domino effect that will create that maybe is unseen but there. Very much there. I want to say we know the district is still facing financial difficulties. Our friends at Scholastic believe access to a quality education and a strong, supportive school community are the keys to engaging students and developing lifelong readers and learners. And that's why they're going to be donating $5,000 to Ashland School Foundations, and I'm going to double it. I'm going to give $5,000 as well because it is very important what the schools are doing for the communities. Congratulations for being vulnerable and voicing a problem, and what an amazing human you are, an angel you are to that donor out there. I hope you feel as special as you are. You got me crying,
Sorry.
man.
I'm sorry.
I kept these tears in, you know what I'm saying? Okay.